So let's seek out Noah's Ark and what it actually means, and let's do it in the sky. The story of Noah, as we all know, he builds this big-ass boat, gets all the animals from all around the world to come 2 by 2 aboard the boat, and then 40 days, 40 nights, it rained, flooded, destroyed the earth, of course, and then he sends this raven and this dove out, and then the dove comes back, and basically it's like, hey, now you can land, essentially, right? This is the constellation known as Argo Navis. Argo Navis is a huge constellation, by the way, just as Noah's Ark is a very, very big boat. Argo Navis is actually 3 constellations. So these are the sections of the boat. So there's 3 aspects of the ship. There's the aft and the stern. We have the sail, which is the vela, and we have the keel, which is the bottom portion of the ship, and that's called the carina. In modern times, Argo Navis was considered unwieldy due to its enormous size. Hydra is the largest modern constellation, and this constellation, this boat, is 28% larger than Hydra. So in other words, it's a really, really big boat. This Argo Navis is skimming along the river of the Milky Way. The flooding of the river is the Milky Way as it comes up on the horizon. So there's your Milky Way river, the river of the Milky Way. Argo Navis is sailing on that river, and that's flooding. It's the rising of the waters. So let's read from Genesis. Genesis 8:6. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. And again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. So when he sent forth the raven, this is a constellation. And this is the constellation Corvus. Corvus is a small celestial constellation in the southern celestial hemisphere, which is exactly where Argo Navis is. Corvus means crow in Latin. A crow is no different than a raven. Okay, so Genesis says, he sent forth a raven, which went to and fro till the waters were dried up from off the earth. So there's our Corvus, our crow constellation. Then he sent forth a dove, and that's the constellation Columba. Its name is Latin for dove. Columbidae is a bird family consisting of pigeons and doves. Okay, so this Columba constellation is literally a dove. And so here we have the 2 birds that Noah in his big Argo Navis ship sent out to see if things were going to be okay. So what do we have going on here? So there's your flood of the Milky Way, and that is your river of stars. And there is, in blue there you can see, that's your ark. It's the biggest constellation. It's an enormous ark, and it's sailing the river of the Milky Way. And that orange there, that's literally the flood, the Milky Way. That represents this flood here. So there's your flood, there's your ark. To the right is Columba, the dove, right by the ark. And to the left is the crow, or the raven. And that's just to the left of the ark. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shall thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind. Of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. So what is the 2 of every sort? Well, we got two fowls after their kind, and that's, of course, the birds, the Northern Cross, Cygnus, and Aquila. Those are 2 birds in the skies, 2 constellations, so there's the fowls. 2 of every kind, of course, we have the snakes. We've got serpents, serpents kaput, serpents cauda, which is the constellation serpents, the 2 aspect of that. And, of course, we have Draco the dragon, which is another serpent, so 2 serpents after its kind. Of course, we got to bring lions aboard the ark, the Argo Navis, and that's, of course, Leo Major, if you will, and Leo Minor. There's two lions that are aboard that ship, and we got to remember to bring the horses, the celestial horses we have to bring, which is, of course, Pegasus, which is a flying horse, and then, of course, we have Monoceros, which is mono means 1, and ceros means horn, and that's your unicorn, 1 horn. So we've got the 2 celestial horses. We got Pegasus and Monoceros. Don't forget, we gotta remember, we gotta bring the leopards and the lynx. So we gotta bring those 2 cats, and don't forget the 2 fishes. We gotta bring 2 fishes, one that's going up, one that's going down, representing, of course, male and female. So we gotta bring those 2 fishes, which is, of course, Pisces. And don't forget, there's got to be 2 bears that come aboard Argo Navis, the ark. We got to bring Ursa Major, and of course we can't forget Ursa Minor, and we can't forget Canis Major and Canis Minor, the 2 dogs. So we got to bring the dogs, and we got to bring the bears, and we got to bring the 2 fishes, and we got to bring the leopards and the lynx, and we got to bring the celestial horses, and don't forget the lions. We got to bring the lions and the snakes, and of course all the cattle and the birds. And these are all the animals that were brought aboard Argo Navis. If you want to become a member of the fellowship, the church ministry, lots to learn. We'll be doing this every Sunday at 9 o'clock sharp. You can become a member for $5 a month, 14 quarterly, or 54 for the year. As always, many blessings and much love to all.